Well, hello, I'm Katie Labrie, and I am the Executive Director of the Franklin County Development Association. And I've been doing a series of just 5-minute videos with different people to help our businesses out. And today I have Marc Reifenrath from Spinutech. And if you're not aware, Spinutech is a digital marketing agency, and they're actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Marc, but one of the largest in the Midwest. So we're very, very grateful to have you. So Marc, could you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Spinutech and what you guys do?
Sure. So I live in Parkersburg, and we've got 3 locations. We've got 2 in Iowa, so Cedar Falls and Des Moines. And then we also have an office in Chicago. We've got clients in all 50 states, 10 plus countries, and a team of about 85-ish digital experts.
Cool, cool. So the other day I saw a video that you did where you were giving some marketing tips as everything is kind of turned upside down in a lot of our in-person marketing strategies, whether it's meeting one-on-one with a client or going to a trade show. They're now all turned upside down for a little bit. Can you give us some advice on what we should be doing in this time, or what businesses should be doing in this time to get their products out there?
Yeah. So I think that this is a great time to innovate and rethink a lot of things and ask why. Be curious about why you've done things the way you have for years. And we do have a new way of communication, just like this. We're doing it, over Zoom versus maybe in person. And so what aspects of your business will change? And I think the big thing as a consumer is we're going to expect businesses to come to us much more than before they as a consumer, we went to the business. And so that's everything from the way we're communicated to, doing videos like this. Like you said, you watched a video that I produced, and I think that that's a nice low-hanging fruit that anybody can do to communicate in a different style. Our media consumption has gone way up since this happened. So there's a lot of, very active channels like Facebook and Instagram. TikTok's been exploding. So there's lots of opportunities. So I like to say that, this isn't my saying, I heard it, I think it's a good one, but with every challenge, there's an opportunity. With every opportunity, there's a challenge. And so it's a great opportunity to just rethink things and say, why did we do it this way? And then how do we meet our customers, our clients, our patients, whatever, where they're at? The other thing that I think has changed dramatically is there's 3 steps to every sale: features and benefits, overcome objections, and ask for the sale. And digitally, we've traditionally seen a lot of businesses maybe not do the best at displaying all 3 of those. But what's a big objection that anybody's going to have in the marketplace right now? And that's safety. So if your business is interacting with your clients, trade shows, whatever, some of that's going to disappear. So how do you overcome that objection of safety? And so being clear and articulating that as your business, how they interact with your clients, what have you done? What have you changed? What's your cleaning cycle? Just all that stuff that people actually care a lot more about now. And some businesses could actually win quite heavily just by how they respond and state that versus other businesses choosing to ignore it.
Cool. That's really good advice. So what are some really practical ways that the average business can market their goods and services? Say they don't have a marketing department, but they just need to get the word out there. Can you give us some practical ways?
Yeah, so I think, if you weren't already active on your social channels, now is a great time to. Like I mentioned already, that consumption through those channels has already skyrocketed. And so can you be, just posting pictures more frequently, useful information? Better yet, could you shoot a short video explaining a product or service and addressing maybe some existing concerns, making it very meaningful? So again, that's a way to bring your business to them. I was talking to a friend who has a clothing store in Waterloo, and obviously he's not been selling like he has. And so we were talking about, he's like, well, maybe I'll put together a little care package and put it on people's doorsteps of, hand-selected clothes, leave it with them for a few days. And I was like, that's a great idea. Now, the next thing you could do is shoot a personalized video saying, Marc, I selected these pants for you, these 3 shirts, and I know that they'll pair well with this other clothing item that you have. And it's just a way of kind of upping it and making it a little bit different and maybe getting a higher take rate. So I would go back to the challenge of just what can you do to stand out and be different and bring your business to them, even virtually through the social channels, maybe taking advantage of email a little bit more. If you were going to have an in-person video, there's no reason you can't use Zoom or Google Hangouts. They're super easy. Everybody's become very adept to using it. There's been some funny stories with it too, but it's a great opportunity to still communicate. And I think moving forward on the other side of this, that will be more of an expectation that meetings that are not face-to-face will still be a video meeting, which I think is great. It still brings some level of a deeper interaction.
But yeah, it saves time. It saves a lot of time. That's one thing
Absolutely.
we've noticed at our house. Yeah. So say I'm a business and I want to do a video. Do I need like any special equipment?
No. So I shoot mine with my cell phone, and I've got this handy little, it's a selfie stick that can convert into a tripod. And so I do that and upload it, and that's it. It's super easy. With video, thanks to YouTube, our expectations have been lowered greatly. Good lighting and good sound quality. That's really all you need. And some advice as far as making it easier is, try to do it in one take. Most of us aren't really good editors. So if we can do it in one clean take, then you can just upload it directly and not have to worry about doing any type of editing. So sometimes that means you have to shoot it a few times. I like to get little sticky notes. I'm giving away my secrets here. And I just kind of write a bullet point on that. And that's kind of my talking point. So I'll maybe post 2 or 3 of those on the selfie stick. And that just keeps me going, but it makes it look like I'm just kind of a free flow state of conscious of what I'm talking about. But really, I think people sometimes get intimidated by that. You do it a few times, you'll get used to it, and it's good. I would say it's also an opportunity for your internal marketing. So I started to do weekly video to the team, and I'm going to do that even coming out the other side of this. I've gotten a lot of really good feedback about that. Team members feel more informed than they were even when they're in the office. With team of 85, that's hard to do. So I think there's both internal and external marketing changes that can happen, and this is definitely one of them.
That's cool. That's really cool. Well, I have 2 more questions. One is, what do you kind of predict for the future, the next 6 to 18 months of marketing?
Yeah, so
not in general. I mean, if you want to predict in general, that's great. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that messaging has to change for everybody. So that's one thing we've been doing with our clients is just what's that safety thing look like, and what other changes in general. And so digitally, I think it's a great opportunity. I've said for the last couple of years that we're in the midst of the digital gold rush of just the transformation of traditional media budget being pushed into digital. And this really almost speeds that up a little bit, because digital is extremely trackable. And so for every dollar you put in, what's coming out the other side, whereas traditionally you don't always have that. So I think it kind of accelerates people's appetite for digital. The one unknown for all of us right now is just that how long this lasts. And so every day that it lasts, there's dollars that would have been going into the market from a marketing perspective that probably aren't going to come back. And so what's the trickle down effect of this the longer it goes on? And that's the one kind of wild card that we don't always know right now. I'm an optimist, so I think that we're going to have a relative V curve. Once the green light kind of gets put back on, we're going to have a pretty heavy spike back up, and there's still a pretty big appetite. So the funding that has come in, take advantage of the PPP, and there's lots of other things that are out there. So if you haven't done that, I think it's a great idea too. I mean, virtually everybody's been impacted by this as a business, some way, shape, or form. And I think indecision has been the biggest concern for us, but it's more just a delayed decision than anything else. So I think I'm really optimistic for digital, and we've got a lot of clients that are actually performing really well through this. So I think consumers have also adapted a little bit too. So there's still fundamentally the economy still has a lot of the big money behind it. I would say about a third of the economy has kind of been chopped. So just the longer that lasts, the deeper that cut maybe gets.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, my last question is, because you guys are so talented, if someone wants to utilize your services, what do you offer and how can they get a hold of you?
Sure. So we offer pretty much all things digital. So website design, development. We do everything digital marketing. So we have a team for strategic content writing, search engine optimization, paid search, data. So pretty much anything digital, marketing automation. We will basically create a custom plan for you to help meet your KPIs, your success metrics, whatever. Getting a hold of us, you can go to spinutech.com, or you can email myself, just Marc with a C at spinutech.com, and we'd be happy to have a conversation to see if we'd be a good fit.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate
Thank
this,
you.
and we are blessed to be able to visit with you and gain from your insight. So,
Sure. Well, thank you.
yep.